Imagine this. You're staring at a candle flame, not because the power went out, but because ancient sages believed this one simple act could open a gateway to higher consciousness. Welcome to Tratak Sadhna, a mystical practice older than most countries and far more powerful than your average mindfulness app. Now don't worry, this isn't some obscure ritual that requires secret mantras or a Himalayan cave. It's deceptively simple. Just you, your eyes, and a flame. But here's the twist. What begins as a harmless staring contest with fire soon turns into an inner revolution. This practice comes straight from ancient yogic texts like the Garanda Samhita, where it's listed as one of the 6 core cleansing techniques, known as shat karmas. Why cleansing? Because Tratak doesn't just clear your vision, it burns away mental clutter, emotional baggage, and spiritual fog. In this video, we're diving deep, but not in a dry textbook way. You'll uncover where Tratak comes from, why ancient mystics swore by it, how it benefits your brain, body, and beyond. And yes, we'll even talk about some weird but wonderful experiences practitioners have had, like seeing lights, symbols, or even their past lives. This isn't about lighting a candle and hoping for magic. It's about understanding why something so ancient still speaks to the soul in the modern world. Ready to see what your eyes have been missing? Long before smartphones, before even the concept of glasses, there were people who stared at a flame, not to chill out, but to awaken the divine within. These weren't bored villagers. They were rishis, yogis, and tantrics. The ancient world's version of neuroscientists, minus the lab coats, and plus a lot of silence. Tratak finds its roots in texts like the Garanda Samhita, a classical manual of Hatha Yoga, where it's called a shat kriya, or a purification technique. According to the text, Trataka destroys all diseases of the eyes and removes sloth. Not bad for a practice that costs nothing but your attention span. And the benefits go beyond the eyeballs. Ancient yogis believed that focused gazing done correctly activated the Ajna chakra, also known as the third eye. This isn't just poetic language. In yogic psychology, this center governs intuition, perception, and clarity of thought. In other words, you become that one friend who always knows when someone's lying, but in a spiritually upgraded way. But why did such a powerful technique fade into obscurity? Because Tratak is intensely internal. It doesn't give you flashy postures or Insta-worthy content. Instead, it gives you silence, focus, and, if you're lucky, a peek beyond the veil of your own mind. That's a hard sell in a world addicted to stimulation. Yet, here's the irony. Modern science is now echoing what these mystics knew centuries ago. Eye-gazing practices can reduce stress, sharpen attention, and even regulate the nervous system. So maybe, just maybe, the sages were onto something. And perhaps what they saw when they stared into the flame wasn't just fire. It was truth, flickering gently, waiting to be noticed. So, how does this ancient eye-gazing sorcery actually work? Step 1. Light a candle. Step 2. Place it at eye level, about an arm's length away. Step 3. Stare at the flame like it just said something deeply offensive to you. And whatever you do, don't blink. Sounds simple. But give it 2 minutes, and your eyes will water, your mind will wander, and you'll suddenly remember that embarrassing thing you did in 3rd grade. Congratulations, you've just met your restless mind. This is where Tratak begins. In yogic terms, what you're doing here is dharana, one of the 8 limbs of yoga described in Patanjali's Yoga Sutras. Dharana means concentration, and Tratak is a powerful tool to build it. The flame becomes your anchor, your focus, your test of will, and as your attention steadies, something amazing happens. Your brainwaves slow down, dipping into alpha and theta states, the same ones activated during deep meditation. This leads to improved memory, reduced anxiety, and enhanced clarity. And yes, ancient texts weren't kidding. Tratak genuinely improves eyesight by training the ocular muscles and boosting tear production. But it goes deeper. As your gaze becomes steady, the Ajna chakra, your inner command center, begins to activate. This isn't fantasy, it's yogic physiology. According to Shiva Samhita and Hatha Yoga Pradipika, focused inner gazing leads to awakening subtle perception, even clairvoyance. Some practitioners report vivid visions, flashes of light, or even a glowing flame appearing with eyes closed. Others feel a pulling sensation between the brows, or a strange, calm emptiness that's oddly addicting. But don't chase the experiences. Let them come. Because the real magic of Tratak isn't what you see. It's who you become when the noise fades, the eyes still, and awareness becomes the only thing left in the room. In a noisy world obsessed with speed, Tratak whispers a forgotten truth. That transformation begins not in action, but in stillness. One flame, one gaze, one moment of undivided attention. That's all it takes to begin unraveling layers of mental fog we didn't even know we were wrapped in. The ancient yogis weren't romanticizing this. They were practicing a technology of consciousness far ahead of its time. Tratak strengthens the eyes, yes, but more importantly, it strengthens inner vision. It clears the physical lens and the mental one. You start to notice when your thoughts are hijacking your peace. You become less reactive, more present, and according to those ancient rishis, a little closer to your own divinity. And sure, your friends might think you're weird for staring at a candle every night, but while they scroll endlessly looking for peace, you'll be sitting quietly in front of a flame, slowly becoming it. So here's your invitation, not to believe, but to experience. Try Tratak for 7 nights. Just 10 minutes, no expectations. Let the flame show you where your attention really lives. And if the silence starts to whisper, listen closely. You might just be hearing something ancient stir within you. If this sparked a deeper curiosity, share it. Let's revive these ancient tools, not as museum pieces, but as living practices. Because the real secret isn't in the flame, it's in you, the one watching it.